been waiting all week for that Saturday show. Tune in, see what happened, let your troubles go. Work real hard, now it's time to take it slow. Kick back and relax with that Saturday show.
The Albuquerque Center for Peace and Justice has been serving the communities of Albuquerque for nearly 40 years. Peace and justice are the motivators for the work we do, in concert with dozens of other organizations and committees here and around the country. But we can't do it without your help. We need you. Get in touch at www.abqpeaceandjustice.org or call us at 505-268-9557.
They're working for peace in the White House. They're kind to the homeless and poor. They lavishly fund education. They're compassionate folks to their core. Lies, lies, it's all a bundle of lies, lies, lies. Lies, lies, it's all a bundle of lies. Petroleum's not in their war plans. When we bomb people, we don't die. It's only collateral damage. They feed us with pie in the sky. Lies, lies, it's all a bundle of lies, lies, lies. Lies, lies, it's all a bundle of lies. The sick don't want to be healthy. The ignorant don't need no schools. The poor don't deserve to be wealthy. They think we're a nation of fools. Lies, lies, we don't buy their packet of lies, lies, lies. Lies, lies, we don't buy their packet of lies. Down at the border, it's shocking to see human rights violations based on racist policies. It's inhumane cruelty. Let's stop it today. Hey, let's report Donald. Let immigrants stay. Those reach our border in desperate straits. Here they get treated worse than what they've led and shown such hate. As if seeking refuge was murderous crime, but we know who really should be doing time. What a barbaric plan for deterrence. Steal their children they hold so dear. Make them suffer so much that the migrants would rather die than travel here. Kidnapping children and jailing them too. It's the Trump policy of state-inflicted child abuse. We must free the children. This madness must end. And as for the madman, I'll give it up again. Ay, 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 ay. We hear their cries. Ay, 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 oh. Ice has to go.
I'm your director, Tom Dent, with That Saturday Show. Welcome to our second part of our virtual holiday gala. And Like I said before, last week, we'll see you in January live in the studio, and have happy holidays.
My name is Greg Polk. I'm glad about the turnout. Very pleased by the number of people, the diversity of people, the age diversity. It really shows that people are enthusiastic about this International Day of Peace and this opportunity to come together to reinforce those messages of peace and human rights.
I'm Maureen Wright, and I'm a volunteer at the Peace and Justice Center. And I was very happy to see the turnout today. And I'm anxious to see the pictures because I think it's going to be good. Yes. So, thank you for being here, and I think that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Hello there, my name is Eileen Shaughnessy. I play with the band Eileen and the In-Betweens, and I'm a teacher and an organizer. And I'm really happy to be here today celebrating the International Day of Peace at the Albuquerque Center for Peace and Justice today.
Hi, my name is Kenneth Davis, and I'm a poet and a student at UNM. I'm super grateful to be here for the International Day of Peace, and I'm grateful for the work that the Peace and Justice Center and our community does for each other, so thank you.
This is David Barsamian of Alternative Radio. This December, the Albuquerque Center for Peace and Justice marks its 38th year of service to the community. The center is a valuable resource that deserves our gratitude and support. Happy birthday.
I'm Jennifer Miskin-Flake, and I'm the Volunteer Administrative Coordinator. And coming up next, we have Kenneth Davis, who's going to read quotes from activist Mumia Abu-Jamal, followed by Dee Brown's band, their incredible rendition of Black Man Cry.
Hello, my name is Kenneth Davis, and I serve as the Vice President for the Executive Board at the Albuquerque Center for Peace and Justice. I will be reading a selection from Writing on the Wall, Selected Prison Writings from political prisoner Mumia Abu-Jamal, who has been incarcerated since 1982. The name of the selection is entitled Court of Law or Hall of Oppression. For centuries, people of African descent have entered the courts of their oppressors. For many, and probably most, the courtrooms represented the vestibule to the gas chamber or life imprisonment. This court today will attempt to follow such a precedent, for this court and all such courts are loath to change precedent, meaning that they wish to do nothing that will depart substantially from what has gone on before. In the past, Black men paraded before such tribunals have come shackled, manacled, chained, imprisoned with slave bracelets. Once there, they are now sure to hear lofty principles such as presumption of innocence, innocent until proven guilty, due process ad nauseum. After lofty words, however, comes the bitter truth: slavery by decree of Judge Hoovenmouth. one who is paraded before the people as an impartial innocent, one surely above passions and presumptions of the common man. In the case of Commonwealth versus Mumia Abu-Jamal, however, the judges in this city and the state's supreme so-called court have fallen below the standard. The common man is indeed far above their political chess game with the lives of men. On several occasions, court-appointed counsel A. Jackson has petitioned for bail, citing classic reasons: my roots in the community, demonstrated commitment to my community, family in the region, the status of my health following my shooting, beating, and attempted murder in Jefferson Hospital, and the testimony of several area elected officials to my reputation for honesty and peacefulness. Despite a timely application for bail, both here in common pleas court and at the appellate level, both have been denied without cause. It is clear, crystal clear, why the Commonwealth fought against bail and why it wasted no time in fighting to revoke bail that was set at $250,000. It has to hamper my efforts to secure the information needed to adequately defend myself, a classic case of punishment before trial, and then trial without the adequate resources to demolish a flimsy case compiled by the Commonwealth. What is further revealed by the state's actions of the past few months is the intentional falsification of sworn police statements, a new crop of purported confessions apparently forgotten until recently. How convenient. On March 29, 1982, the state Supreme Court ruled on the petition to set or reinstate bail after holding the motion for nearly 3 months. The response? Petition denied. Period. No reasons were given, no opinions were offered. What happened to the presumption of innocence? The Commonwealth reasoned that a defendant charged with a capital crime such as first-degree murder should not be granted bail, as such a defendant may flee the jurisdiction under fear of conviction and execution. It is clear that by its actions the court has shown its biased political nature. It ruled not on the merits or demerits of a case, but on the personalities of those involved. The deceased was a Philadelphia policeman, and the accused is an outspoken activist, a MOVE supporter. Where is the presumption of innocence? On April 30th, 1980, this same Supreme Court found reason to rule differently on a case involving Devico Cabeza. Cabeza, found guilty of first-degree murder, applied for bail as an element of post-verdict motions. Common Pleas Court Judge John Geis granted bail. The state Supreme Court reversed his decision, saying in effect that if post-verdict motions were uncompleted after 4 months following the conviction, the trial judge then has discretion to set bail. Under the Pennsylvania Rules of Criminal Procedure 4010, Section A-1, the defendant shall not be released on bail upon finding of guilty of an offense which is punishable by death or life imprisonment. However, if post-verdict motions are not disposed of within a reasonable period of time thereafter, the judge may in his discretion allow bail. Bail is allowed for some persons convicted of first-degree murder, but not for others accused of the same crime? Logically, isn't a person convicted of murder more apt to flee the jurisdiction than someone accused, someone presumed innocent? To quote John Africa, "Judge, you can sit on a bench and let a person object all day, but you got the authority to overrule that objection, so it don't mean nothing, because when you see indicting examples starting, you can stop them. It is the same thing as your freedom of speech. You'll say people can speak freely until the speech begins to threaten your idea of so-called freedom. Them folks ain't free to speak. They're kicked, punched, clubbed, stomped, handcuffed, shot and jailed by the cops, and jailed again by the judges. When the so-called trial takes place, you got all kinds of things in your so-called laws you can't explain. This whole procedure is a fraud, a sham, a contradiction to everything that true law is about. You can't explain how you can say that a person can't be judged till they go to court, when at this moment, these cops are beating, jailing, judging poor folks all over the world at will. What should be clear to everyone who reads this is how the courts consistently camouflage their corruption, how they support police against the people, all under the guise of equal protection under the law. If you examine the facts of this case, how it has been handled in the courts of law, the truth will become clearer and clearer to everyone. On a move, long live John Africa, and long live Mumia Abu-Jamal.
6:35. We can do that.
We can work with that?
Black man, in and out of trouble. Just behind your eyes, I see what lies beneath the rubble. Rain or shine, you rise, I hear the cries of generations, wishing time would somehow start again and wash away this struggle. Man, big man, you can't be a kid. Spend your life to recompense for things your daddy did. Funny they ignore your years and try to call you boy till that sentence fall. Now you're a man, your latter years destroyed. From the start they break your heart, tell you your history starts to change. The patriarch departs, we're at his heart, waiting on the change. It's like the charge the teacher say you smart, your life won't go the same, things fall apart. Ain't it such a shame that you're the one to blame? I can't get over how a story ended. Stalking home, my brother Trayvon had his life upended. Was just a kid in different skin, he gets his rights defended. But now the killer's still at large and won't be apprehended. And then I see my nephew James, he looks me in my eyes. He's only 16, just the same as if he's 25. His life to me is worth whatever I can sacrifice. I'd risk my own to save the tears his mom and mine would surely cry, but still the sum if he got slaughtered in the streets alone. The blame belonging to the shooter, somehow he would own. Guess he should have known not to be 16, black and looking grown. Walking home with headphones on, do-rags on, pants too long, talking on the phone. But I know it's rare to catch a black man cry. It's kinda hard to see a black man. I know it's hard to watch a black man cry. Black man cry. Don't hold your breath to see that black man's cry. He's much too hard to let the tears fall from his eyes. Used to be hard to make a black man cry. But here we are. Now there's a fire in the streets, guns for hire and police, brick and mortar burning down to muck and mire under feet. You're sowing and you reap, but if your retribution ain't discreet, you can wind up just another body on the concrete. Cold street, bittersweet, no rest for the weary. I ain't really lost my faith, but my outlook is dreary. Feeling like I'll take a stand, but subconscious is leery. Need the truth to find the answers, but I can't trust Siri. I need a break from stressing and microaggressions. I get mad, I'm confessing that I need to get my rest and try to wake up feeling happy and go smile for the people, making sure they feeling comfy. And tomorrow little sequel, I think about our girls, so innocent and sweet, but it can fade when they gotta learn to navigate the streets. All this pressure to be perfect and to fit into a culture that's full of vultures. Stay off the pole or have you seen me posters? Must find a way, but often scolded by the likes of Tommy Lauren and Ann Coulter. How she ever supposed to make it over? She gotta choose to lash out and speak vulgar, or push it down until it causes an ulcer. She can feel the cold world getting colder, but the heat's still on. What you thought it was gone? You thought a black press meant that racism was dead? Every time I see a black girl body slammed to the ground, it's my daughter I see grown men tossing around. Then you see a black man cry. It's kinda hard to see a black man. I know it's hard to watch a black man cry. Black man cry. Don't hold your breath to see that black man's cry. It's much too hard to let the tears fall from his eyes. Used to be hard to make a black man cry. But here we are. Here we are.
The Albuquerque Center for Peace and Justice has been serving the communities of Albuquerque for nearly 40 years. Peace and justice are the motivators for the work we do, in concert with dozens of other organizations and committees here and around the country. Whether the issue is nuclear weapons, or police brutality and murders, or homelessness and hunger, or even climate justice, immigration, and prisons, the center continues to stand shoulder to shoulder with community organizations dedicated to doing the good work, the necessary work. But we can't do it without your help. COVID didn't take a break, and we didn't either. And the financial cost of being strong advocates and providing assistance have not diminished. You can help us by becoming a member of the Peace and Justice Center for $40, or simply make a donation. You can also stop by the center and maybe purchase one of our popular yard signs to let your neighbors know where you stand on important social justice matters. We need you. Get in touch at www.abqpeaceandjustice.org or call us at 505-268-9557. Thank you for your support, and thank you for standing up for peace and justice.
Hi, I'm Nancy Henderson, volunteer at the Center for Peace and Justice. Coming up next is poetry by 2-time poet Laureate Manny Gonzales, followed by music of Chloe Nixon, who performed at our mural dedication of L'Oreal Tsinqine and Breonna Taylor. Enjoy.
I'm going to tell you guys a story, and this is just a story about something that happened when I go down to the river. I like to go down there and I read my book, and one day it got windy, and I wrote a poem about it. So it's kind of like a story, but it's a poem. It's time to begin. It's time to begin the story of the poet and the wind. Now, the poet went to the river one day to sit and talk to the river and pray. The trees were happy to see him with their leaves red, brown, and gold, because fall was falling fast and things were beginning to get cold. So the poet gave respect to the river, respect to the sky, and respect to the earth, the four directions and inner reflections as to why he was given his birth. When all of a sudden the poet heard leaves rustling, and he knew that it must have been the wind, and he knew that the wind always blew right through him. So he packed up his things to go home. Now the wind was from the north, powerful and strong, and the breeze made the trees howl and sing the wind's song. So the poet started stepping, but the wind gave chase, and it kicked up dust and right up into the poet's face. And the poet, he wasn't going to stand for this disgrace. So the poet did the craziest thing you'd ever see. The poet battled the wind with poetry, and the wind got crazy and it started to gust. And the poet raised his head and he started to bust about Earth's pollution and mind evolution and how you can kill the revolutionary, but you can't kill the revolution. And just when it looked like the poet was winning, the wind began to gather and it started spinning, and it knocked that poet blind, because the wind is a warrior just as old as time. Came at that poet so hard that it blew the poet's mind. So he started reaching for metaphor, searching for simile, digging deep inside himself for the capability of seeing beauty in everything. And his heart began bursting and blooming, and he spoke of love and life and his emotions inside. But then the wind came at him like an ocean tide, and it knocked that poet right off of his feet. But that poet, he wasn't that easily beat. He got right back up and started his expression, making each and every word a personal confession. The poet tried to find all the prose he could muster, but the wind was blowing hard and it started to bluster, and the clouds came to help him and they darkened the sky. But the poet kept speaking and he let his spirit fly, and he pummeled the wind with prose. But the warrior wind, it got stronger and rose. It came at him from the front, it came at him from the rear. It threw the poet, rocked the poet, knocked the poet, tossed the poet. But it tasted the poet's tears. So the poet cried out for justice, and he called upon his ancestors. He used every poetic technique he could remember, defining his culture and finding his consciousness. He let those words flow till he was out of breath. He had nothing left. But then he realized something, and he didn't know what to do because he saw that the wind had died down too. See, neither of them was stronger than the other. Both of them warriors. Both of them brothers. They had stood eye to eye, toe to toe. But they no longer look at the other as a foe. And that's where the story must end. Both having respect for their newfound friend. The wondrous tale of the poet and the wind. Thank you.
Ever wanted to do more for social justice and other major issues in Albuquerque, New Mexico? If so, then the Center for Peace and Justice is just for you. Space for everyone who's interested in what we do here at the Peace Center. For more information, call us at 505-268-9557. Go to our website at abqpeaceandjustice.org or email us at www.abqpeaceandjustice.org.
Music by the absolutely fabulous Chloe Nixon.
And I can't breathe now. I can't breathe now. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Mama says keep your hands up. Daddy says hood down, pants up. You should be fine if you obey. I just want to see you every day, but this is far more cruel. There is nothing we can do. Submission isn't danger-proof in a system that wasn't made for you. 911, please help me. 911, protect me. 911, I'm shaking. 911, I'm breaking. 911, I'm dying. 911, I'm crying. 911, come fight for me. But 911 is right in front of me. And I can't breathe, no. I can't breathe, no. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. We can't breathe. We're on our knees. We can't breathe. We're on our knees. We can't breathe. We can't keep living in fear. The bigger picture is clear. So turn off the TV and let's love each other. The news and the radio, they wanna keep us hiding. We are stronger than we know. We overcome together, creating love together. Creating love together. Thank you guys.
Hi, my name is Mary Bleck and I'm a Peace Center volunteer. And now you're going to be listening to Darnell Harvey playing Love is a Battlefield. And after that, there will be the Medicine Drum Circle. And thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you will contribute. Thank you.
We are young, heartache to heartache we stand. No promises, no demands. Love is a battlefield. We are strong, no one can tell us we're wrong. searching our hearts for so long, both of us knowing love is a battlefield. You're begging me to go, then making me stay. Why do you hurt me so bad? It would help me to know, do I stand in your way, or am I the best thing that you've had? Believe me, I can't tell you why, but I'm trapped by your love, and I'm chained to your side. We are young, heartache to heartache we stand. No promises, no demand. Love is a battlefield. We're strong, no one can tell us we're wrong. Searching our hearts for so long, both of us knowing when I'm losing control, will you turn me away or touch me deep inside? And when all this gets old, will it still feel the same? There's no way this will die, but if we get much closer, I could lose control. And if your heart surrenders, I'll need me to hold. We are young, heartache to heartache we stand. No promises, no demands. Love is a battlefield. We're strong, no one can tell us we're wrong. Searching our hearts for so long, both of us knowing love is a battlefield. We are young, heartache to heartache we stand. No promises, no demands. Love is a battlefield. We're strong, no one can tell us we're wrong. Searching our hearts for so long, both of us knowing love is a battlefield.
We represent all the directions here, and we do our prayer representing all of the races here on our Mother Earth. And we give thanks to our grandparents, and we're going to sing a sacred song that comes from the Cherokee. a song. Every song that comes from the Native tradition is a testament to survival. This is the heartbeat of Mother Earth. This is what our prayer is. Our prayer for the water, our prayer for the mountains, for all the animals that live here. Let's say out our prayers.
Healing for all beings, creatures, plants, animals. Pray for harvest. Relief of suffering.
My prayer is to heal the earth.
Cleansing and healing. Healing for all. Healing for renewal. Clean water for all. Respect for all life. Understanding. For all life. Regeneration. Justice. Peace. Clean water. For our children. Life. Love.
Healing of Mother Earth.
We give thanks for this river, for these trees, and our prayers for all our relatives all around the planet. We give thanks for this heartbeat, and this prayer goes out into the universe forever. Aho, Mitakuyasin! 1, 2, 3, 4!
Hi, Tom Dent, treasurer on the board of the Peace Center and director of that Saturday show. Coming up, you're going to listen to Native Roots, which is a band comprised of members from a number of different pueblos and reservations around New Mexico. They played at our gala before. They're going to do a song called A Place We Call Home, and that's followed by the Mutts, band out of Taos that a lot of us enjoyed back in the early 80s. The well-known Chris Dracup is the lead singer of this band. This was recorded in 1988.
Well, we're happy to be here. We're Native Roots. We based out of Albuquerque, representing different tribal people. But I want to give props to Shauna Lee. Shauna Lee, went to high school with her. My good friend, sister. Good to see you again, connect with you. And to all of the bands that played here tonight, Indigenous, Levi and the Plateros, Chucky Bigay, and all these wonderful acts, Saving Damsels, and it's hard to name all of them, but Native music is on the rise, and it cannot be stopped. So, since we're in your homelands, we're gonna dedicate this one to all of the Dulce people here tonight. This number is called A Place I Call Home. A place I call home. Here's the place we call home. It's where I go when I'm up. It's where I go when I'm down. There I always find a piece of mind. Place I call home. A place we call home. Here's the place I call home. A place we call home. Beautiful mountains, beautiful mesas, beautiful rivers, and the canyons too. Place I call home. Hickoria, Hickoria, is the place I call home. A place we call home. Hey, hey, hey. Apache Nation. This is serious. A Pueblo land for the Pueblo man. A Navajo land for the Navajo man. Apache land for the Apache man. And Blue land for the terrorist plains like Olo. The plains we call home. It's the plains I call home. The plains we call home. Give it up for John Williams. This is in the Dakota Sioux Nation. On keyboards, yeah. And over here on guitar, from Zuni, New Mexico, via Hawaii, via Albuquerque. He's an art-conscious man. Give it up for Kurt Waco. Hey, 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 hey. Hey. And over here on bass guitar, via Albuquerque, via Torreon, New Mexico, from the Navajo Nation. He used to play with us when he was 17. And this is his second gig coming back to Native Roots as a man. But I still call him Marcus Kid Ridge. Give it up on bass. He's the Rastaman. Give it up for Joey General on drums. Hey. Yeah, and my name is Skimmy, and I come from a place called Lamaya. That's over there, it's not too far from here. And some of you might know it as Santa Ana Star. Hey. And I'm also from the Jemez Pueblo. And I'm proud to be Native, and I hope you are too. Wishing you all blessings and good health. This is serious. But before we go, we want to make some fry bread tonight. Because we didn't have dinner on the way here. We're
Maybe I should stop by saying there's a shadow on my heart. You know I can't help but praying that we were caught 2 worlds apart. You know my heart's open on your love. It's a thing of joy and fear. Can't be broken. Something you can't see or hear, yeah. So take all my love, all my fear, bear my soul. Take all my love, all my fear, bear my soul. Won't you bear my soul? Won't you let me know? Won't you bear my soul? Yeah. Baby, I can't help but saying tears my mind apart. You know my heart's open on your love. It's a laugh and it's a tear. In a word it can't be spoken, but you can feel it when it's near, yeah. So take all my love, all my fear, bear my soul. I said take all my love, all my fear, bear my soul. Won't you bear my soul? Won't you let me know? Won't you let me know? Won't you bear my soul?
Hey there, this is Jim Harvey, and thanks so much for watching the second part of our wonderful, wonderful gala presentation. And we just want to encourage you to continue to send in those donations to keep our doors open and keep the good work happening here. We are going to close out with the incredible local magnificent performer Michael Herndon with Road to Harlem. And just remember that we will see you again next week with episode 1 of season 2 of That Saturday Show. Thank you so much for watching.
He don't live around here. We moved away one day, so they say, away from Harlem. I can hear his echoes still. No, you can't keep me away from where I was born. I was baptized by my daddy's horn. No, you can't keep me away from where I was born. I was baptized by the jazz man's horn. he don't live around here. He moved away one day from his way here in Harlem. I can hear his echoes clear. Oh, no, 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 you can't keep me away from where I was born. I was baptized by my daddy's horn. No, 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 you can't keep me away from where I was born. I was baptized by the jazz man's horn. Oh, I found out on my way through Harlem. Marvin Gaye, he used to play what's going on right over there. I sure could use some of those blues from Langston Hughes. Hey, there goes that A train. Hey, there goes that A train through Harlem. Hey, there goes that A train. Hey, there goes that A train.
The Albuquerque Center for Peace and Justice has been serving the communities of Albuquerque for nearly 40 years. Peace and justice are the motivators for the work we do, in concert with dozens of other organizations and committees here and around the country. But we can't do it without your help. We need you. Get in touch at www.abqpeaceandjustice.org or call us at 505-268-9557.
Until the next time, it's time to say goodbye. When you out here in the streets, keep it real, 505. We love everybody, we just want to let you know. Thanks for tuning in to that Saturday show.